Blog Talk with the issues, but I tried to go live on YouTube and the studio just wouldn't engage. I don't know what was wrong, but we are live now. We are simulcasting on radio. That's right, which means you can call in this phone number right here, 714-816-4628. That's 714-816-4628. As soon as you get through, press 1 on your dial pad. That lets us know you want to be live on air. We've already got a bunch of people on the phone lines. We'll be going to the phone lines in just a minute or two. I'm Dax Carlisle. Welcome to the cafe. Come on in, grab your coffee or tea, pull up a chair. Let's hang out, do some tarot, numerology, animal communication, mediumship, whatever comes up, right? And
Right.
I have with me tonight the fabulous Charlotte. Hey, Charlotte, how you doing?
It's Fun Day Tuesday instead of Fun Day Monday
Yeah,
because
we
the
made it on the air
weather kind of
tonight.
got in the way. Yeah.
The weather was not cooperating yesterday, and so we had to cancel the show. We were having a huge storm here in Tucson, and it's an electrical storm, and you know what that means? Messing up everything. Elect-
Yeah.
Electricity, internet, I mean, you name it. Yeah, so there was no way we were going to be able to do the show. It did finally clear up around 7-ish, but yeah, it was too far past our start time. It's like, hey, let's just postpone to Tuesday. We haven't done a Tuesday in a long time. Why not?
I don't remember the last time we did a Tuesday, to tell you the
Yeah.
truth. And kind of a funny, kind of a lame, but kind of funny, but along the same lines is I had groceries
Yeah.
that I had ordered from Walmart.
Uh-huh.
And when we canceled the show earlier, I just said, oh, instead of picking them up in the morning, which is what I was going to do, I'll just run and get them tonight. And I got there and they're like, we have 10 more minutes on our lightning. On our lightning restrictions, we're
Yeah.
not allowed to go out in the parking lot for 10 more minutes unless there's more lightning, and then the lightning thing will start over again. So
Oh, wow.
So I was like, whatever. I had my phone, just messed around on my phone for 10 minutes, and then I got my groceries. But I was like, well, it just goes to show you it can affect everything and does affect everything. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Yeah, I'm glad. No, I'm
Yeah.
glad, your electricity didn't go out or anything like that, because
Oh,
that's
it's
never a
terrible
fun
here
thing.
because between the humidity and the heat, I mean, you just die if the AC goes out here in Tucson. Tucson is like really bad. You're in the middle of the desert, and it's monsoon season. So I see Michelle in the chat there. Are you there, Michelle? Hey. And Dex is back. Hi, Dex. Dex is back. Another one of our regulars. We have a lot of regulars on the shows. Um, I don't know where Charlotte went, but she disappeared. Oh no, did we lose Charlotte? She'll be back in a minute. I see her line's still on here, so maybe she had an issue with the dog or something. That
Yeah,
happens.
yep. Yeah, take care of something. I'll be right back.
Okay. So while she's doing that, I can do the cards I pulled for today's show. Might as well do that, right? So let's see here. I got the High Priestess, and this version from the Llewellyn deck is really neat. You see the water there, and she looks like she's like uh melding into the background into all the green, and there's spider webs and everything like that. And then the heart of the matter card I got is the star card, another card with water. Okay, so these cards have water in common, which we all know what in tarot that means: the subconscious, your higher self, the spiritual realm versus the material realm. So they have them in common, these two cards. And these are also more passive cards. We'll get to that in a minute here. But the star card is a card that represents hope and inspiration, optimism and healing. The high priestess is it's a gateway to hidden knowledge and intuition. So as I said, these cards have water in common, so that passiveness. Now, if there's a potential relationship that you're looking at, this might be indicating, okay, things are way too platonic. Okay, they're way too passive, way too platonic for it to work or even start. Now, if you're already in a relationship, in a current relationship, it's saying, hey, you need to put more passion into it, more devotion into this relationship, happiness. Again, too passive. Okay. In a current job situation, it's saying, hey, go for it. Ask about an advancement. Again, too passive. You need to really, go for these things. Now, if you don't have a job, you're looking for a job, this might be indicating you need to get more aggressive in your job search. Yeah. Yeah. So together, the big takeaway is you can find renewed optimism and guidance by tapping into your intuitive insights with these two cards. What do you think, Charlotte?
I think that is like, I'm trying to decide if that applies to me tonight or not because something happened just before the show.
Yeah.
And tonight I feel it my readings might be like a slug in the gut to people.
Well, but that,
I might not be pulling any punches tonight. I might be.
well, but that happens sometimes, right?
Yeah, well, it
Yeah.
does. And it's, yeah, it's something that I'm like trying to just like breathe through it, breathe through it, hurry and process it before the show really gets going. And
I love these cards, and they're both major arcana cards, so that might be, big changes, everybody, big changes.
yeah,
Yeah. That's what I'm getting. And sometimes the cards that I get for the show end up becoming like uh, a theme going through the readings that we end up doing. Sometimes
they,
not, but
a lot of times they do though. I agree. I
yeah.
totally agree with you on that.
I like that because I always say that tarot is winking at us. The universe is winking at us, going, yes, this actually works, and pay attention.
Yeah.
So So, real quickly, let me tell everybody that if you're watching us live on YouTube, that you can join us in the chat room there on the YouTube live, and you can go ahead and type in your question. If you have a question, uh, could be from your personal life or something very specific, type it in. If you don't have any idea, but you'd like a message from the universe, type that in. Can I please have a message from the universe? We'll pull a card or two for you. Um, you can also call in the show 714-816-4628 as well and chat with us. And it doesn't have to be just a personal question. You can ask us about Psychic Cafe, our new website. There it is right down there, www.psychic.cafe. And that one's /summer. That's because it's our summer sale that we have going on. Go check that out.
It
But come
was summer.
Yeah, but come over to Psychic Cafe and you can join free. It's free to join. Maybe you have questions about the Tarot Guild. We are also the home of the Tarot Guild. Past 20 years at the Tarot Guild. If you have questions about joining the Tarot Guild, becoming a professional reader or psychic advisor, if you have question about, maybe you have questions about professional certification, why do it? Should you do it? What does it cost? What's involved? Anything like that, let me know. And we could talk about all that stuff too, or any questions in general about animal communication, crystals, tarot cards, oracle cards, hypnosis, life coaching, NLP, EFT, pretty much everything. Between Charlotte and I, we have it all covered. Yes, yes. And if you're listening on the phone lines, oh my God, I just went over to the switchboard, Charlotte, and it's lit up like a Christmas tree. It's like all these phone lines. Woohoo, we got to go to phone lines pretty quick here. Um, if you're listening to us because you've dialed into the show and you're in that caller queue, we take the calls in the order they come in, by the way, just so you know. If you don't press one, we assume you're just listening to the show. I see a couple of those. But if you want to be live on air with us, press one on your dial pad. So it puts you up in the caller queue, but we're going to take the calls as they come in the order they came in. But I wanted to mention that you can see us. Yes, if you're listening, because you dialed in, or you're listening to the radio, one of the many, many apps out there, or maybe you're on blogtalkradio.com listening to us live, you can actually come see Charlotte and I. All you got to do is open a new tab in your browser, type in psychic.cafe/live. And if you're already on YouTube, just type in the Psychic Cafe, look for the actual channel to come up because you're going to get a ton of, psychic stuff when you put in the Psychic Cafe. But we should be near the top. Click on our channel, go to the channel, and right there on the channel, you'll see a red live on the video. That's the live. Click on that, it'll take you inside. That's where you're going to see the chat room on the right. Now it's different on your phone, of course, but I'm talking about if you're on your computer or your pad, you go in, it's going to be on the right, the chat room. It might be below, I think, on the phone. I'm not sure. Been a long
It
time.
it kind of I think it's on the upper left on the phone.
Oh, that's
It
weird.
says live.
Anyway, you'll be able to find the chat. You'll be
Yeah.
able to find the chat on the live there, and you can chat with us as well as calling in. Dex is asking, wanted to sign up for student loan forgiveness program to get rid of my student debt. Will the program remove my student debt or student what? Hold on a second. Let me put in some text here because other things are blocking Dex's message on my screen. So I have to put in a line to push it up. Oh, technology. Will the program remove my student loan debt when I sign up? Okay. So that's kind of like a pendulum one there for you, Charles.
Yeah, I was like, of course. I always wait till the show started, and then I'm like, oh yeah, pendulum.
Okay, I'm going to pull some cards anyway and find out. Let's see what I'm getting. Okay, Page of Wands. That's your student debt. Student debt. Yep, right there. And the Four of Cups is four is a big fat yes. Now, there's something you're missing. See that cup up there, and this is about being emotionally satisfied. This person's dissatisfied with the three options, but there's like a fourth option. So there might be something with this where you may have to change something, but then you eventually get that. Yeah. Oh yeah. And I pulled a clarifier card just to be sure, got a major arcana card, and it's the death card. So that's literally closing the door on the student loans. One door closes, another door opens. That is what the death card actually means. So there you go. All righty.
That that would be so awesome if that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because I came out of college with student loan debt,
Yeah, I mean it's very
and we
easy.
didn't have, back in the day, we didn't have anything that came along to help us clear it off. We just kept making
Exactly.
payments until
Yeah,
so.
there's some things trying to gum up the works right now, and people may or may not get that debt forgiveness. Depending on who gets elected and gets in office next year. I'm telling you, people, you got to get out there and vote. You know,
Yeah,
because,
Danielle said yes, by the way.
mm-hmm. Mm, good to hear that. Good to hear that. Also, let's see. Dex says yes, it's horrific. Yeah, yeah. The people, the evil people on the other side are trying to get rid of the debt forgiveness. And honest to God, wherever you are, it doesn't matter where you are in the country, you got to get these idiots out of the Congress, get people in the Congress that are progressive, that are going to, take care of these kind of things. All the other side cares about is giving, instead of debt forgiveness for students that really need it, it's giving tax incentives to the rich. You know,
Yep.
it it just floors me. It's so obvious, what needs to be done. Anyway, hold on just a second. I got to get some more air coming into the room here because it's getting hot in here and I'm not getting enough AC. So let me get this going here. Okay, took care of that. And other things I wanted to mention before we go to phone lines. Irene just came in, one of our lifetime members. Irene, I think you're a lifetime member, right? You're not an annual member. You joined earlier this year and it was lifetime, right? Right, Irene? Let me know in the chat there. Oh, Nature's Friend came in as well. By the way, Irene just, I don't know if she wants me to let anybody know, but she just booked a reading with me today. Yay, I'm so excited to get to work with Irene.
Excellent.
Irene, I sent you a message. I love how we do all this stuff live on air, taking care of, the behind the scenes stuff at the Guild and Psychic Cafe. But Irene, I sent you a message on Psychic Cafe on the website. Did you get that? And I was asking for your numerology, your birth date, so I can figure out some of your numerology at least. I want to see what your personal year number is and life path, attitude, things like that. And if you could send me that and then hook up with me on that chat there. You can also message me on Facebook Messenger if you want to. Dax Carlisle on Mesa. Dax Carlisle on Facebook Messenger. God, so tongue twisting. I don't know why. So Irene, if you could catch me in one of those places after the show here so we can schedule uh, a time to hook up on Zoom, that would be great. We'll get that all hooked up. Um, Dex says, I just noticed the Star Wars helmet on the dresser. Yeah, I actually have Darth Vader back here too. And it's actually what it is it's a coffee cup. Hello, we're a cafe, right? So it's a coffee cup and it doubles as my piggy bank because I have all those quarters in there. Here is, oh my God. Oh, can barely lift it. Holy shit, that's heavy. Oh my God, that's heavy. Darth Vader coffee cup. Is that cool or what? Oh, I just love it. But it's so freaking heavy with all these quarters in it.
You're such a nerd. I love it.
$100 in quarters in all this stuff. See if I can line it up again in the camera here. See if I can line it up there. And I got my Tarot Grand Lux. Oh yeah, I mean, come on. Nerds rule.
I know. I know.
We rule. Anyway,
If I meant it as an insult, I wouldn't say it.
oh
Although
yeah.
today,
If
today
you
I
can't
might.
say something nice,
Or
don't say anything at
today,
all.
today, if it comes in my head, it might come out my mouth. So I'm just giving everybody, I'm just giving
It's
everybody free warning.
it's
But just
it's the
take a big old stab to the back just
right,
before
right.
the show,
It,
and
but it's the thumper rule, right? The thumper rule. If you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. Okay, Krista just came in. Hi, Krista. Margaret, one of our regulars, is back again too. Krista was on last night when I was having the storm, and you and Maria were talking to her. I think that was Krista, wasn't it?
I believe so. And Cat Fight was on there, and uh, who else?
Mm-hmm.
At one time, there was like 6 or 8 people in there that we were
Oh,
with, and
yeah, it was terrible last night. Usually if something happens, I get on and contact my co-host, contact other people in the network, send out, some blurbs on social media, post something on the Psychic Cafe website, let everybody know what's going on. But I couldn't get on to warn anybody or to cancel the show or anything. I had to do all that this morning, actually. So I got a question here from Let's see. Nature's friend. Will my Gemini and I speak soon? Okay. Let's see. Huh. Getting a lot of pentacle cards on this for some reason. Um, I mean, so far it's all yes, 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 yes. Here's the Six of Pentacles. Six is success. Major Arcana card, the Hierophant. All right. Four of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, and the King of Cups, which is really strange because you just said that he's a Gemini or she, and this is a water sign, not air sign. So I don't know why the King of Cups coming up. Is this somebody new? I don't know. But it might, it might still mean that person if they have the same attributes. They're emotionally stable, they're artistic, romantic, that kind of thing. I mean, I get that in a romance thing. It's pretty good, right? And then the Ace of Pentacles, okay, I'm getting yes, but this is the thing. You're in that nice manicured garden there, and it looks to me like nature's friend that speaking of nature, you have to get out in nature. You have to get out of your comfort zone. You need to get out of the garden because he's out there, he's not in the garden. All right. So that's a little hint that you may have to do something here. In other words, if you're just sitting there waiting to talk with this guy or gal that's the Gemini, it's not just going to happen on its own. Okay, so that's what I got. So,
Pendulum says yes on that as well.
Charlotte, are you ready to go to the phone lines?
Yeah, but did you hear? Pendulum says yes on the
Oh yeah, I said yeah.
yeah,
I you
yeah,
said the pendulum said yes too,
yeah.
and I nodded, and then we got a
I'm ready for
look.
the phone lines. Let's bring them on.
We have a
I'm ready to
load. We have a load of
ready
calls.
to I'm
It's
ready to
unbelievable. Okay, so
get rid of
everybody,
this
if you're
negative
waiting,
energy that I've got going on.
okay, so if you're waiting on the phone lines, everybody get ready because you got to be ready when we pick up your line there. Otherwise, we're going to put you back on hold, which we had to do the other night several times. Let me see if the switchboard's working. Oh, it's working. Good. Okay. So area code 361 is first. And caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from? You're live on air.
Hi there. I'm so happy to be here. My name is Linda, and I'm
Hi,
calling
Linda.
from Texas.
Texas. Oh, we don't get a lot
Hi.
of Texas calls, so that's great. What's going on, Linda? How's things?
Well, I have an upcoming court hearing in the very near future, and I would really appreciate any guidance regarding my lawyer or
Mm-hmm.
possibly the outcome. Just anything that Spirit feels I need to know.
What does Linda need to know, Charlotte?
Uh, let me pull a card or two. Um, I love some of these cards because the just the picture and like the name, the little blurb they give with the card itself is like to me is so strong and so powerful. But the first one that I drew is, oh my gosh, where's my glasses? Is many masks, the authentic self. Oh, there we go. Again, this is a new card, so this is a different energy that's going to be happening tonight. I can tell already. Well,
Mm.
I think I knew that. I knew that before this show started, but
Go over to the
um,
right a little bit so the card gets in the. There it is. Now we can see it. Oh, that's
um,
interesting looking.
yeah, and so it's, I mean, in any court, in any kind of court case, like I'm going to say things that never happen the way you think they're going to happen. So, what this card is telling me is that you're going to have to be ready to just like deal with, um, I mean, because there's a lot of half truths, there's a lot of outright lies that get told, and you just kind of have to sit there and not let your mouth fall open, kind of deal. And so it's saying this to me, this card is saying, have patience, but don't give up. Just, keep your mask up. And then I got Dax's favorite card of this deck. Just it is. I don't know why they call this the mushroom, because it actually to me looks like a green pile of poo, but in my head, out my mouth. It's the galactic mushroom and the divine matrix.
Cool.
Do you remember this card? Do you remember this
Yeah.
card, Dax?
It does look like a drop of poo. I do have to say that,
I know, right? I know.
I love
I
that
know.
deck though, because the cards are so large. I know a lot of people don't like large cards. I like large cards. I think they make more of an impact when you're doing a reading in person.
Yeah, and this is so this card is just reminding you that your dreams and wishes are going to be heard, because with mushrooms, like the mycelium, which is the roots of it, I mean, they go way down under the earth. There's so many things that you can't see that are affecting what's going to happen. But as long as you keep putting the right things into the earth, into your dreams, into your wishes, that the right thing is going to happen. And that's why I feel like that the galactic poop is telling us.
Well, that sounds pretty positive, Linda. I wasn't sure there for a minute when we started talking about the galactic poo, but
Oh, it's gonna be a wild ride tonight, Dax. I'm telling you, it's when I get in a mood like this, I'm just like, I just buried those cards, and I'm gonna be. I mean, I didn't just put them in the bottom of the deck. I buried them in the deck. I will be shuffling the deck, but I won't be surprised if the galactic poo does not show up again tonight.
again. Yeah. Well, thanks for the call, Linda. I hope that helps you out.
It does. I always look at poo as being fertilizer that grows wonderful things, so I'm expecting a wonderful outcome.
But Linda, I love you so much. You are that was the oh, I love you so much. The stars at night are big and bright. Deep in the heart of Texas.
Texas Rose. Anyway.
Yeah.
Thank you all very
Thanks for
much.
calling in.
Thanks for calling. And hey, what a great
Thank
first
you.
call of the night. We got to talk about galactic poo and everything, and
I know. And Charlotte sang a song, and
go to Texas. Boy, it's been a long time since I was in Texas. I was there multiple times in the military, but it's been a while now. Hey, so area code 929 is coming up, then 917, then 434. Everybody get ready.
Good grief.
For when we go to your phone line. But before we go to the next phone call, I had a question. Well, there was a couple of things. First, Irene said that she got it. I think she did get my message. She was waiting on an answer to my question about hypnosis. Yeah, we can talk. I got that, Irene. I wasn't able to get back to you about it. I'm actually right in the middle about, it's really weird because I'm right in the middle of doing something like that. She was talking about hypnosis for manifestation, Charlotte, which is really fascinating. And I have a lot of techniques in NLP and hypnosis that works for that, and it's really weird. actually, with all the people that are involved in, the law of attraction and stuff like that, right? And
Uh,
some of them, like you remember, like Dr. Joe Vitale was in the movie The Secret. He's also a hypnotherapist, but they never do hypnotherapy and NLP for manifestation. And we know, where does it all happen? Where does it all start? It happens in the subconscious mind.
yeah,
And
isn't his big deal that he pushed is the Ho'oponopono thing?
yes, yeah,
Or
the
wasn't it?
Hawaiian, the Hawaiian spirituality, really cool stuff. I only have, you know dipped into looking at it a little bit. I've never really gotten deep into that. And he did a course with Dr. Jones that did our life coaching course that we used to promote. And anyway, so that's why I was kind of hesitating, Irene, because like I'm actually in the middle of, I want to do something like that with hypnosis, but I'm not ready right now to do manifestation with hypnosis. I mean, I could do it one-on-one with you, but I'm trying to put together a whole package thing that will also not include just manifestation, but also use techniques from EFT, NLP, and hypnosis for how should I put this? For tarot readers and psychic advisors, those of us spiritual entrepreneurs, spiritual coaches, and stuff like that, to install confidence and, really take you to the master level really quickly, versus, okay, you got to work in the field for like 10 years to master, before you become good.
Mhm.
It's like, that's another thing where no one is using this stuff, and it's, hypnosis is amazing for all that stuff. And with confidence, they go, well, confidence comes through experience, blah blah blah, and memorizing all the keywords and everything like that. But people have trouble memorizing keywords. Well, hypnosis is great for helping people to um learn and memorize things like that. It's used for test taking and like college exams, and the passing the bar and everything all the time. People use hypnosis. Students use hypnosis for that. So why aren't we not using that in tarot and numerology and psychic
Um,
development?
yeah, athletes use it a lot.
Yes.
Athletes,
Yeah.
that's huge in athletic training. Huge in athletic training.
And I also have some NLP techniques where you put the resources in, and either um doing like they have different names for, like, the success circle, the circle or column of empowerment, where you put all the resources in it, um and I'm trying to remember the other, anchoring, anchoring someplace on the physical body, and putting all those resources in an anchor you can fire off, which people often use for, like, when you're going to go on stage, and my idea for that is that you have all of your resources where, you are the master reader, and you can step into that anytime you want, not wait for the experience, and then there's another thing. um Dr. Mike Mindell, one of my hypnosis teachers up in Toronto, created, called lensing. It's a nominalization, lens nominalization protocol, but it's lensing for short, because what you're doing is you've heard of looking through rose-colored glasses. You see the world through rose-colored glasses. Well, in this case, you're looking through a lens, and you are always the master reader all the time. You don't even have to fire off the anchor. It's like you just set up this lens and that's how you see the world. You are just the master reader or master psychic advisor, master spiritual coach, however you want, whatever your modality is. So yeah, I'm working on a lot of those different things. Actually, I want to put a program together for that. Maybe come out in the fall or later this year. We
That'd
we
be
also
cool.
want to get we also need to get that life coaching course out. That's another thing. Uh, Michelle and Pamela and I are working on that. Let's see. I had pulled some cards for. Now I got to find the question again. This always happens. I got to start writing this stuff down. We did Nature's Friend, and I talked about Dex talked about my Star Wars thing. And let's see. Okay, so Krista says, I've asked a similar question before, but I was wondering if there's a goddess in my corner or near me or any message. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I wonder if that's the one where I pulled the cards and I got the goddess Isis
I
for.
don't know. That is what came to mind, but
Yeah, I don't know if that was
I
Krista had asked that. Um, okay, let me check
I
some other
do
things.
have my I do. Oh, I have to sneeze.
Go ahead.
But it. Ugh.
Oh, I know. The other thing was, bless you. If you could maybe pull some cards for Krista on that. Irene, after she talked about the hypnosis thing, she also said, I'd like to get a message from the universe. So let me give you, I already have that set up. Let me give that to Irene, and then we'll go to you, Charlotte. If you could pull some cards on Krista, is there a goddess in her corner or near me? Is there any message? Okay. So Irene wants to know just a message. Here's the message that's coming through. And the main thing is this Nine of Wands. It's saying, and by the way, all these cards, I pulled one card. I decided to pull a qualifier. You know how I am. I can't just pull one card. So I pull a qualifier card. Then I had to pull another qualifier. They're all Wands cards. That's right, Irene. I feel like we're going to be talking about your career a lot when we get onto our call together and do your reading. Maybe it'll turn into more of a career coaching. I don't know. But you already have all the skills and abilities. That's what this is saying. All of those staves that are in the ground lined up behind the individual, and then he's holding the one staves. I know it's wands, but they're really staves, right? Or poles or long pieces of wood, however you want to look at it, right? Now, the growth on them towards the top, that's indicating growth. That, although you have all the skills and abilities, you can grow more in these areas. But see how he's got the bandages on, and the wound on his head and his arm and everything. You've been through the ringer. You have the experience, is what this is saying. You just need to move forward with that in your own accord. And then what I get is the Knight of Wands along with the Six of Wands, and they're both on horseback. I just love that. So the Knight of Wands is talking about, looking at these skills and abilities, picking one, and then what does he do? He rushes off with it. See? And we know that wands are the fire energy. They're passions. What's your passions? What are you passionate about? It's finding that one skill or ability and just running with that, right? And then you're going to be successful. You're going to get the accolades. Six is also the success number. So there's the message from the universe. Get ready and do that. Basically. All right. Angie just came in. Hi, Angie. And
Andy.
she's got a similar question. So, what did you see for Krista in this goddess thing? That's very interesting. Do you have a goddess deck?
I do, but I don't ever. It's a beautiful deck. I used to use it all the time, but it's one that kind of got put to the back shelf. But it's Megan Watterson.
Mm-hmm.
Is that her last name? Uh, an incredible deck. I recommend to everyone to get that deck if you're interested in goddesses, and because I used to pull one each day to know who was helping me. um I am stuck on this fight my battles during the day. um and she, yeah, but Megan Moderson, I believe, is the gal's name, but I don't have it. But I do have my Kyle Gray
Kyle
card
Gray,
deck,
yes.
one of my many Kyle Gray decks, and it's
Uh-huh.
Divine Masters Oracle Guidebook. But the first one that I picked for you, and this is kind of what I was feeling already, was that, to me, I feel like you've got at least three people around you. I'm not sure who they are, but the first card that I picked was Elmoira, and he's giving you like a powerful powerful spiritual force field of light surrounding you. And and it's what we have to know is that not only do we have certain at certain times um angels and stuff that are like very near to us, they're always around us, but they can't help us until we ask. So what Elmora is telling us is you've got to let down your defenses before he can help. Um, and I never pull three cards. Never. I never pull three cards. I pulled three cards for you. Don't ask me why. Maybe it was because I had that feeling of three around you,
And
or
I did too.
maybe the three was, but the second one was Rumi, who, again, another excellent deck by Alana. I can't believe I can't remember her last name, but she's got a Rumi deck that has some of the most beautiful, but like when you pull a card, they've got some of the most beautiful explanations, not to mention the artwork that comes along with that. But Rumi is basically saying the same time. It's time to move beyond your limitations. Um, again, let your guard down. let the, let the people and or the angels that are around you um help you. And then um Commander Ashtar, which was leadership activation, that says it's time to evolve, trust in your ability to guide others. So to me, whatever is going on is telling me that you're like, you got some spiritual heavy hitters that are around you. They're with you. They're only waiting for you to ask for help, because that's the one thing that's like kind of their one thing. They're restricted from helping you unless you specifically ask for help. You have to say, I'm open for any help, or that you can give me today. Any enlightenment, any help, any kind of, like that. And as soon as you do that, then they go, all right, let us clear your path for you today. So that's what I'm getting with this. Not to mention that the first card that I pulled up, Elmoira, um, with the big force field of energy around you. So it's not exactly like what you were asking for, but I think I think that's what's going on.
I
I
think
don't,
it kind of fits a little bit. I think the big takeaway is, this is similar to like when Maria's talking about, the angels and the archangels, you have to call them in. It's not, see, I think a lot of the times it's not, what God or goddess or angel or what is, with me or guide. it is, they're always there. All of them,
They're always there.
all of them are always there. It's just you calling them in and
Yep.
requesting assistance. I think that's the
And
big
yeah,
takeaway.
and being open to the assistance, because they can't, the only time that they can step in without assistance is like a premature death, like
Mm,
pulling you out of the way of a car that's about to run you down or something like that. But that's the only time that they can act without you asking them questions. But
yeah.
I do, for some reason, I do feel like you have at least three that are super close to you right now. That's just what,
Awesome.
that's
And
one of
yeah,
my intuitive hits that I got really, I mean, it hit really hard. As soon as you said
yeah.
that, I was like, ooh.
And I hope that helps
It's
you out,
weird when that
Krista.
happens.
I want to let everybody know on the phone lines. Yes, we are coming back to the phone lines in just a second. We do have a question from Margaret. We have a question from Angie. Mariana just came in. Every time I see Mariana, the way her name is spelled, I know I'm not pronouncing it right, but it's Marijana. And I just go with Mariana because it's easier for me to say. But every time I
Ah,
see her, every time she comes in and I see her name, Charlotte, I swear I see marijuana. Every single time. It looks like the word is marijuana.
little MJ there.
Yeah, Irene says thanks, Dak. Yeah, I can't wait to chat with you. I'm available all week, so except when I'm doing a show, obviously. So anytime you're available, Irene, we can pop on a Zoom together and do your reading. Just don't forget to message me back with your birth date so I can get that set up. We'll come back for Margaret's question. Oh, Nature's Friend said thank you as well. And Krista said awesome, thanks. And we will be back with Angie's question and Margaret's question, but let's take some more phone calls.
Yeah,
Uh,
we're busy for Tuesday night when we don't usually have a
yeah.
show. We are like,
And have you
let's
noticed that?
let's just go, man.
Well, our Monday shows have been going like gangbusters. And
Yeah,
I thought for sure when we postponed to today that we wouldn't have but one phone call.
I didn't
If
think we would either,
and
because
we
we
got all
missed.
the people in the chat, we got all these phone calls. It's fantastic.
Yeah, so yeah,
I
let's
wonder if
go.
we'll hit our 100 something plus listens, like we've been doing regularly.
Yeah,
Oh, by the way, I should mention that as long as we're talking about it, I forget every show to say, please subscribe to the channel. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Like and subscribe.
Like the video, subscribe, and not only subscribe and like this video, but we have all kinds of video. If you go to our channel and go down to the playlist, we have workshops and everything to listen to, and that helps our listen hours. And I'm sure everybody can find something interesting to watch. And then if there's ones that you're not super interested in, hey, just set up your laptop, go there, hit like on a video, hit play. It might be an hour and a half workshop. Just let it play and go in the other room and do the dishes or whatever. Just let it play, and that'll help our watch hours. That's what Dan. That's what Michelle's husband Dan's been doing to build up our hours on the channel.
Let me just add something too, because whatever show you happen to pick,
Mm-hmm.
there is very likely going to be something on that show that will apply to you, that you're gonna be like, oh, that
Yeah,
that will help you.
I got to tell you,
I mean, that's just the
Charlotte.
way things happen.
Yeah, a lot of these shows are anywhere from an hour 20 to an hour and 40, 2 hours. And there are all kinds of gems in these shows. And we've got like several hundred shows, thousands if you go back to radio before we were doing YouTube. And we just don't have the money. We can't afford a video editor, because if we did, we could hire somebody to go in and pull all those gems out and make short 2-minute, 5-minute, 8-minute videos where we're teaching this, or we're teaching that about numerology, or this about animal communication, or that about tarot. And it's just fantastic stuff. You have to watch the shows though, because occasionally I pull something out and make an excerpt of it, like I did for Michelle's show on Saturday when she was talking about the elements, and I made a short out of an hour and a half, 2 hour show. I took the 8 minutes where we were talking about the elements, and I made a separate video and uploaded it onto the channel. But I often don't have the time to do that, or to go through 2 hours to find the gems, to cut out, excerpt out. Someday when we're rich, we'll get a video editor that'll do all that for us. But right now, hey, there's gems in these videos, folks. I mean, where we're teaching, it's not a planned class or workshop. We're just talking about something, and someone asks something in chat or on the phone lines, or one of the hosts, we think of something, and we just go off on a little mini 5-minute, 10-minute class and teach about something. Anyway, let's go back to the phone lines. They've been waiting. The one that's been waiting the longest is 929. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from? 929. Oh, it's Stacy. Stacy, you're breaking up really bad. I can't make you out. Say again.
Oh, yeah, I am.
You're really breaking up, Stace. I think it might be the line.
Hold on. I got it.
Yeah, you're like,
now. I should be okay. I should be on.
It's starting to get a little better. You were like every half word was being cut off. It was really bad.
Okay.
Now we can hear you.
So how are you guys doing tonight?
Great. Nice to hear your voice. And what do you want to chat about?
Nice to hear your voice too, as always. All right, let me just ask you a question. I'm getting down to the nitty-gritty of something. So just wanted to see if so I remember I was telling you I was having issues with the landlord. So I'm kind of getting somewhere now. So I have to see who I'm going to let help me. So far I've been working with the public advocate's office. Or I can do the people services that works with the mayor's office. So I guess my question, who you think is going to really help me? Because I'm on to something.
Okay. You want to pull some cards on that, Charlotte?
Yeah, I might whip out the pendulum for that too, but let me see what the cards have to say about who's gonna help her the most. I love this card. I don't know why. It's called the Fool's Embrace, and it to me it's about transmuting pain. Okay, can you see that all right there?
Ew, okay.
Yeah. So anyway, this is just about to me, this is more about helping you through this instead of who's going to help you the most, because it's just about life is sometimes unbearable. When we're in the middle of it, and honestly, when you're in the middle of something like you are right now, with the battle that you've been fighting for quite a while, if I recall right, and you're trying everything you can to make it right, it can get really hard to get through. But what the Fool's Embrace wants you to remember is that a pearl was made from a grain of sand. That came right out of the book. But to me, to me, I pulled this card, and I mean, tell me if, well, you don't have to tell me if I'm wrong or right. You can, but to me, every time I feel this card, I feel immense pain, and I, I think that's what happened. I think when I pull this card, that's what people are going through and like
Mm-hmm.
yours is the pain of trying to get through, because I'm sorry, you're talking about your home. You're talking about, you know, your home, where you live, and trying to make it right. And so, he's saying, just remember, pearls come from a grain of sand. And so to keep hanging on and don't give up. So it
Yeah,
didn't really
okay.
answer which
Hi.
person was going to help you the most,
Yeah.
but I can use my pendulum for that if you would like.
You could. And
So,
then there's a third place too. Yeah, I'm sorry.
um, so the public advocate, right? Okay, so I get a yes for
Or the
public
people services.
advocate will help you. Um, I'm getting a no for the mayor, but
Okay, because they're not going to
honest,
really do anything. They're so lazy.
well, politicians. I, I, but also the intuitive hit that I'm getting is, why not have a cavalcade of helpers? I mean, you can choose one as your general, which sounds like the public defender office. But even though the pendulum says no, as long as you have on record that you've talked to the mayor, that might add a little weight to your case.
Awesome.
So,
Well, I hope that helps you out, Stace.
Awesome. Thank you.
It looks pretty
It does. Thank you.
clear cut. Yeah. Awesome. All righty. So I'm pulling cards for a question in chat, but meanwhile, let's go back to the phone lines. Charlotte, the next caller was area code 434. Caller, are you there? What's your name? Where are you calling from? 434.
Khalil, I'm calling from Charlottesville, Virginia.
what was your name?
Hello? Khalil, I'm calling from Charlottesville, Virginia.
Khalil? I think he said
Oh,
Khalil.
Khalil, I'm calling from Charlottesville, Virginia.
Yeah, you called us before. Yeah.
Yeah.
How you doing, Khalil?
Doing okay.
How can we help you
I
tonight?
have a question. Yeah, I have
Okay.
a question. We had a fundraiser, not a fundraiser, but a Living Smart thing. It had a bunch of veterans there, and basically, one of the people that held the what's it called, participated and started the thing. They work with people with autism, and basically they have a farm. But also one of the things I noticed is they had, like, those little things that you wear on your back or your chest. It's not a backpack, but it's thinner than a backpack, and you zipper it up. And they had two of them, and then they basically had two of them, and then they also had something in their pocket. And I was wondering, basically, because they had two of those little packs, and I was wondering if they were in the military or law enforcement, because basically they just had that, and then they had two little packs on their back that they put on the chair. And not only that, but it was mainly like a bunch of military people that were retired.
So you're are you just wondering what kind of people were involved in this event, or
I was wondering the
do
person
you
that
think
had the
they were
little
there?
those little they
Yeah,
had two, like I said, they had two packs.
I'm not, or the, yeah, I'm not sure what you're asking. Dax, can you help? Do you
Well,
know what
I
he
have
said?
I haven't a
sort of like
clue.
tactical packs. They're tactical packs that you zipper up, and instead of wearing them sideways, you wear them like on your chest or on your back like a backpack. It just has one strap.
Right. I know
It's
what
a
you
little
mean.
tactical thing.
So, do you think?
Yeah.
Are you asking? Were they there
Were they
as?
military,
Were they there
military
as?
or law enforcement?
Oh, I
Military or
don't know.
law enforcement? Because not
Let's
only
ask. Let's ask the pendulum on that. If those guys were. So you're thinking they weren't there to help the fundraiser or whatever it was. You're thinking they were there as crowd control, right? Is that what
I was
you're
thinking that they
asking?
were there. I was thinking that they were there genuinely, but I was just thinking that they were there and they may be doing other jobs because they work with people with autism, but they also do other things. And I was wondering, that's what I was wondering because basically they had two tactical packs on them, and then I just noticed where they had their pocket, they had like a little bulge in their pocket.
Huh. Well, the pendulum says they were there to help with crowd control, but that anybody could have been there for crowd control. To be honest, it didn't necessarily need to be the people
Right.
with the thing on there, but um, I guess my question is why is that? This is where Charlotte is going to get in
Well,
trouble
wait,
tonight.
wait,
Why
wait,
is that
Charlotte.
important to know?
Charlotte. Charlotte, I know where you're going with this because we get questions not like this, but you know what I mean, in the similar vein where the thing that goes through my head is like, and why are we asking this?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. I don't understand why
Yeah.
that's important to know.
but
Were
if it
you
is important, Khalil,
Well,
to you, we just answered it.
okay. Yeah, sorry, the phone's kind of breaking up. It's kind of breaking up. Sorry about that.
Not a problem. Hey, well, thanks for the call, Khalil. It's always great to chat with you. We got to move on. We got a lot of phone calls. We got a lot of questions in chat. We just need to get going here. Hey, before
Yeah,
we go back to questions, Shar, I already pulled cards on a couple of questions in chat. There's a
okay.
third one. There's
I'm gonna
another
sit back with my hands near my
there's
head and
another phone call. Yeah, we have to decompress from that. No, but I just want to tell people what's coming up on the network. So tomorrow it's going to be Michelle guest co-hosting with me, and then on Thursday, hopefully it'll be Ellie. You guys all love when Ellie's on here, right? Right. And then Saturday, oh, Charlotte, Saturday is the mystery show. Saturday,
what?
yeah, see, uh the show in between. So the second and fourth Saturdays is Michelle's Mystic Corner.
Yes.
We don't do the first Saturday of the month, but we do
Right.
do the, there's no show on that Saturday because I do stuff. I have meetings. The third Saturday of the month, we just have a show like these. Now, I don't know if we just didn't do the show last month or the month before. I don't know, but it just seems to me like this is the first time in a while. I think we had some other thing that we did as a topic, and I can't remember what it was, but Michelle helped me with that one middle Saturday there in between her shows. This Saturday is coming up, and I have no hosts planned. You know,
I have a suggestion.
what's that?
I have I think you and I talked about this after the show, the last time we did a show,
Uh-huh.
and it's talking about the Schumann resonance that, because the Earth vibrates at like 7.35
Oh, the
megahertz.
Schumann resonance. Okay, yes.
Yes. And so we as humans, because we live on Earth, that's our normal resonance. But when we get all these huge solar flares that are causing us to be able to see the northern lights, even as far south as here, I haven't seen them because there's too much light pollution. And sadly,
Yeah, me
my
too.
vehicle isn't trustworthy enough to drive up into the mountain to get out of the light pollution. But I have friends in Idaho,
Mm-hmm.
southern Idaho, who actually saw the northern lights, and it's
Okay.
all due to like the solar flares
But
and all that kind of
what
stuff.
where's this going? What's your suggestion? We got to speed this up.
Because the Schumann resonance affects it. Normally it's 7.35. The Schumann resonance, when you get those big solar flares, has been going up to like 50 and 60. It will
Oh, wow.
affect it will affect things like feeling like you always need a nap, um old issues that you thought were long buried all of a sudden find themselves coming back up into your psyche again,
Mm-hmm.
coming there, they come forward to your brain again so you can work on them, think about them, like cravings, like salty things, sweet things,
Mm-hmm.
uh
Okay.
fog, brain fog, all that stuff can be affected by that
All
Schumann
right.
resonance, especially when it's
We
that
know what it
hot.
is now, but what again, where are you going with this? What does this have to do with Saturday?
Oh, just like something to talk about on the show.
Sure. We could do that. I mean, I don't know anything about it. I've heard of it obviously, but I don't know anything about it. I'd have to have time to prepare for a show for that by studying to get where I could have a conversation about it. But yeah, that's a great topic. I like that idea. No, I was getting more at like what to do with the show. It's one of those weird things where like I didn't even see it coming, and then I'm setting up all the shows for the month, and I'm looking, and I'm like the 17th. It's like I know I've got that show on the 18th with Pamela, and
Uh,
we're interviewing Stephanie, but oh shoot, there's this blank day, and I'm like, I'm just thinking maybe I just, open it and just say everybody that wants to come on the show, come on the show and be a guest
uh,
co-host. I'm just trying to think of, what to do with that show, who to have on as a co-host. And it'd be nice to get some people on that aren't normally on, and like maybe Maria and Charlotte. Well, no, you're Charlotte, but I mean Catherine and yeah, and but you and Michelle too, and Ellie, everybody that wants to. Maybe we could have a whole big bunch of
there,
us.
there was somebody last night. I could have swore there was somebody last night that said
Mm-hmm.
they would love to be a co-host,
Oh, who
and
was that?
replied to me, I cannot
Where did you
remember.
see that? Did you see that on the Psychic Cafe
Well,
website, or did you see it when you
I
were
I
in the
got
chat?
in chat. I got in Yoo-hoo. I got in YouTube chat when I couldn't, get when you weren't on Zoom or anything. So I went ahead and logged on to
Right.
YouTube chat, which I can't do normally when I'm on the doing the show because
Mm-hmm.
um but it was somebody last night that we were chatting to that said that they would like to do.
Oh,
um so if you're here tonight and
yeah.
you that
Let
was
us
you
know.
tonight, let us know. And if by any chance that show recorded what
No,
at least
no, no. We had to erase that because there was nothing on the video, so we had to get rid of that video, which means it got rid of all of that chat.
oh, well, that's
Yeah.
where that would have been. But
Yeah. So we can't
there
look the
was
person up, but if you know who we're talking about, if it's you, maybe it was Krista, or Irene or something. I know Irene's a member, You have to be obviously, we want it to be members of the guild. That's part of the perks of being a member is you get to come on as a guest host. So
Yeah,
great time to pop on.
I'm pretty sure it was
Anyway,
not.
enough talk about that. We're gonna be here for hours if we don't get through this. Let me finish up with the what's coming up. So yeah, Saturday, the mystery show. We don't know who's all going to be on there. And then Sunday, August 18th, Stephanie dreams with her Enchanted Shadows Oracle deck. It's going to be great. Pamela Steele is going to be my guest co-host and help me interview Stephanie. And then, of course, we were talking about hosting. Come and get your feet wet. And then if you want to join us, you can actually become a host. It's one of the perks of being a member of the guild, which you can get the membership for half off right now, $39 for an entire year. And you can come on occasionally being a host. But there's all different ways to become a host. And in addition to being a member, you can sign up as a regular co-host where you're on like every week, like Charlotte is and Ellie is and Michelle, whoever's here, if they're here, that is.
And
And
it is seriously so much fun.
yeah. And you can also get your own custom show too, like Charlotte. Wait, I'm trying to
Catherine,
think. Catherine
Michelle.
Catherine has one, Michelle has one. So like Compassionate Light, which is on hiatus right now, but it's coming back in the fall on Fridays. Michelle is every other Saturday with Michelle's Mystic Corner. The Angelic View with Maria G. Moss. Wisdom of the Soul with Janice Fuchs. So you can do a weekly show. You can do a show twice a week. Twice a month, like every other week. Or you could do once a month, a show just once a month if you want. So lots of opportunity there. Go check that out. And then, of course, our coffee page, go over to psychic.cafe/coffee. If you're enjoying the shows, you want to, send us some love, go to psychic.cafe/coffee, grab us a cup of coffee. And lastly, I wanted to mention the sizzling summer sale. Where you can get all these great things like our Tarot Guild membership I just mentioned, half price, only $39 right now. Professional certification, half price, $69. Are you noticing a theme here? Tarot and numerology course, half price, $149 instead of the normal $297, $300. We also have combination deals like if you're an annual member, you don't need the membership, just grab the certification. But if you're not a member yet and you want to get certified, you can get the certification and the membership for $99. That is not only half price, but an additional like $9, $10 discount on top of that. Same thing with my course, which you can get for half price, but you can get my course bundled together in a deal with certification and membership for $199, and that is way more than half off all those things. Also, my readings and coaching sessions are half price as well. Instead of $99.99, it's $49 right now. That's the same thing that Irene had jumped on today and gotten. There you go. So that's what's going on the network. We still got some phone calls. Call in because we might get you in 714-816-4628. Going back to the chat, Charlotte.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hurry and mention that my reading prices have.
Oh yeah,
for
tell
that
them about your reading. You said you were going to change that.
I
What's going
am
on?
except for the ones that are already signed up or have already
Booked. They've already booked.
booked. I am now $40 a reading
Okay.
for regular reading. For animal communication, I was doing them for free, but I'm gonna start charging $20 for animal communication.
Okay. There
So
you go.
instead of
New
me
prices.
having a sizzling summer sale, I'm having the heat's on and the prices are going up.
It's still a bargain. It's still a bargain.
It is. I mean, seriously, when you look at what other people are charging for animal communication sessions and also for just readings in general,
Mm-hmm.
I've been giving people a break because, just building up my confidence and stuff like that. But I feel like I'm holding myself back now by.
You are. Yeah, you need to be. In fact, you should every, several readings you do, you should double what you're charged.
Well, that was kind of my plan. That's kind of my plan. That's kind of my plan.
Yeah. Oh, I did want to say, I said hello down under and happy afternoon to Olga, who is joining us all the way from Australia, where it's the afternoon right now.
Good
12.
day.
Yeah. Good day. Yeah. It's the shrimp out on the bobby. Um,
How you going?
so the next question is from Margaret. I pulled cards on that. Then we've got Angie, and then Mariana, I pulled cards for that. So if you want to do Angie's, it's is there a message from the universe regarding my situation? So she wants a message from the universe regarding her situation. Didn't mention the situation, but
That's okay.
that's okay. And then Margaret's question was, I just want to know, will I have a good time in October when I go on my trip to Maryland? Well, it's looking really good. Look, I got the Four of Wands, which is literally celebration and having a good time. Now, I did do it as a 5-card yes, no. I got 3 yeses, 2 nos. So it is definitely leaning yes. Yes, you're going to have a good time. But hey, it's not 100%. That means there's something left to be done. So what's going on here? Okay, look, I got the 9 of Cups, which is the wish come true card. All right. But I've got these swords cards here. I've got the 10 of swords. I've got the 2 of swords. There's like a decision you're not making, or you're unwilling to make, or unable to make. And then all these you're like overthinking this. That's what I'm getting, Margaret. You're overthinking this trip. Okay. For some reason, I also got the King of Cups. Now, the King of Cups is, like a rock with all those waves hitting around him. Look at his throne. It's made out of stone, right? Chiseled. And, that's because it's the highest of the cups cards, the emotions cards. He's got it under control. And it's also about being emotionally fulfilled. Okay. So he's kind of saying, because this card came after the 10 of swords, which 10 of swords is, endings. It's one door closes, another door opens. It's very similar to the death card, only it's the minor arcana version of that. Then he comes in, and so it's like, okay, you're overthinking things, and you got to get your emotions surrounding this trip, leveled out and all, so that you will have a good time. Okay, that's what I got. All righty. And then I also pulled cards for Mariana. But we'll go with Angie's question first here that Charlotte's working on. Is there a message from the universe regarding my situation? What are you getting? What are you getting there, Charlotte?
Well, this is another 3-card pull, and I don't know why. Sometimes I'm just so. The first one I got is the Wailing Tree, which is reconciliations, and it talks about. This is talking about, kind of letting things go. Life is hard, things happen, and there is anytime you have to let something go, there's some sort of grief associated with it. So you have to acknowledge that grief. You have to let yourself sit with that grief for a while. You can't let it overtake you. But acknowledge it. Oh my gosh, my cat is being so naughty. She just knocked over a whole deck of cards that I've got to pick up in a minute. Not this deck. But so that's that. That's grief, sit in it, think, acknowledge it. But then after you get through that, then you get this overflow, you get this overwhelm and plenty. And again, water. Water is so positive to me because it's
Mm.
to me, it's just such a good thing. To me, water is incredibly healing. So water in a card might mean something different to me than it does to somebody else. I'm gonna kill that cat in a minute. I'm not gonna kill my cat. I love my cat. She is being incredibly naughty right now. And very distracting, so I apologize. Um, but there's just all this water. So to me it says, okay, flowing, flowing. All right, you had your grief, you sat in it. Now you've got your overwhelm and plenty. Move on, go on, flow with the water. And then the best card of all, I love this card. I think this is my favorite card out of this deck, and not because it's the prettiest card, but because of what this card says. And it's the closing door, it's the completion door. And so when you're done with this stuff, you need to close that door, because see, look on this side, it's all dark. That's where you are. Look at where you're going. Look at the light. Look at how bright and how beautiful it is that is opening up for you as soon as you close that darkness behind you. So that's what I feel is coming for your whatever situation it is. I hope that resonates with you um and helps you. And because there are a lot of life lessons that not only are just answer your question, but are so apropos for anybody really. But these are the three cards that popped up for you, and the fact that they popped up like they did is, to me, is super cool, and why I love doing this job. So that's it. I hope that helped.
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Sorry about the cat.
So that last question that I'm seeing in chat, from Mariana, will Christians secrets and lies? So this is and when I first read this, I thought that she said the secrets and lies of the Christians. Okay, that's not what she's saying. There's a person named Christian, and he or she, I'm assuming a he, has secrets and lies. And will they come out? And does his family know? Oh, and his family. So we know it's a he then. Okay, good. I don't like to assume anything these days, too much with the genders and everything like that. Okay, so I got some interesting cards on this thing. First of all, I got the Chariot card. I think it's a big fat yes that these, secrets and lies come out soon. And I got the Ace of Cups. Aces are always a new opportunity, but in this particular situation, cups is emotions, right? And a lot of times when the Ace of Cups shows up, there's the potential for emotional fulfillment. So I feel that what's going on with these two cards is it's saying that, yeah, it'll come out, and a lot of the people, possibly yourself, if you're involved with this, Mariana, you guys are all going to get a new path forward and emotional satisfaction out of whatever this is coming up. And does his family know? It looks like his family does know, because I get literally the Judgment card, Major Arcana, big fat yes card, and another yes card, which is the Eight of Cups. Now, however, that all said, that answers your question. Looks like his family knows, and it looks like things are going to, come out and it's going to be an emotionally satisfying ending to whatever. But when I got this Eight of Cups, I'm looking at this Eight of Cups and I'm going, but some of you, possibly you, Mariana, and other people involved, you guys are the ones that are going to be emotionally satisfied that, these lies and secrets finally get revealed. You need to let go and move onward and move upward. You need to let go of this stuff. That's the message coming through, you know. That's what the 8 of Cups is all about. There you go. And then I think we might have time to take one more phone call, squeeze it in, get out of here on time. Actually, it's become regular that 90 minutes is our on time when it's really only supposed to be an hour. So we're never on time. But, you know, I'm trying to keep it to 8 o'clock, you know. So we got
Well, we have just been so darn busy that I mean it's
great
hard.
though. Yeah.
It is really great, and it's hard to keep it to an hour. You know, before when we were ending up answering most of the questions and stuff within an hour, it was okay. But now it's just like we're going, and
Well,
I'm gonna
another
shut
big
up so
part
we
of it,
can.
you know, I think what it is, Charlotte, another big part of it is doing both the video stream on YouTube and having the chat, which we did have a chat room before with just the radio, but it wasn't as active. And now that we're simulcasting on radio too, you know, and going back and forth between the two, you know, it does drag things out a little bit. I know when Blog Talk was down those weeks when we did do a live show without the radio and just did the YouTube, I was actually able to keep it close to an hour. I only went
Yeah,
over once or twice with and most of the time it was just announcements we needed to make. So
yeah.
let's see. If we don't get to your call today, remember I'm going to be here tomorrow. I'm going to be here on Wednesday, and I'm going to be here on Thursday and Saturday and Sunday. So
You're you're just you.
Michelle will be with me tomorrow if we can't get your call in today, or Ellie on Thursday. But we're going to take that last call. I think we're going to go with area code 519. Caller, are you there? 519.
Yes, I am. Thank you for taking my call.
What's your name and where are you calling from, hon?
It's Jennifer from Canada.
Jennifer, and from that far off, distant, foreign place of Canada, way up
Hey,
north.
Jennifer.
Right. Hello. I'm just travel. Do you see anything in the cards with regards to travel, successful travel?
Travel. Is anything coming up, Charlotte?
For traveling. Let's see.
Travel for Jen. Okay. And I'm just going to remind everybody real quick while Charlotte's pulling some cards. Don't forget to go over to psychic.cafe/coffee and go ahead and grab us a cup of coffee. And then the sale is located at psychic.cafe/summer. Of course, you can just go to the website, psychic.cafe, and you're going to see banners for it over there. So what are you getting? Anything for...
I did, and I love it. It's the perfect one about and this was about traveling. And it's the horned cactus, and it's resourcefulness. So it's like, to me, this is just saying, hey, um, you know what? Take it, maybe throw the map out the window.
That is hilarious. You know what that
And
means? You know, the look at the cactus. It's a saguaro, Charlotte. Those are
yeah,
only here. Those are only here in Tucson in the desert Southwest. We know where she should go. She should come down and visit me in Tucson.
well, and it actually talks it talks about, like, you know, if you can't find the water, you know, if it seems like you're in a desert, just look around and pretty soon you're gonna find the water. But it's also saying look beyond the surface, which is what cactuses do. Look beyond the surface for your, you know, like if you feel like you're um running low on funds or you just running out of ideas, you know, kind of look outside the box, look beyond the surface, and you'll find your answer. But to me,
I
and the
love that.
intuitive hit that I'm getting right now on this is like, go girl, go girl, go girl, go girl, go have some fun. You know, the road is calling, and um that, and
I,
then that's
you
kind of what
know,
this card is saying too. Use your resourcefulness to get you there.
Charlotte, I wasn't going to pull cards, but I just wanted to see what would come up. And now I have to tell you because it matches what you were talking about. The Hierophant and the King of Swords. So the Hierophant's about tradition. So basically, it's like throwing out the window all the traditional ways that you know about going on a trip or taking a vacation or traveling. It's literally throwing out the rule book of how you normally, maybe you've done, I don't know, maybe you've done a lot of traveling and there's a certain way you do it. And yeah, you go down to Jim and he's my travel agent. He sets it all up and, and I'm very, particular about this and how I do. No, this is saying throw it all out, honey. And just,
Yeah,
yeah. And it fits in just what you're saying. But Charlotte, not only that, I get the Tower card, a total shift in foundations, throwing all of your beliefs and everything
yeah,
out the window, and then also lastly the Four of Cups. So like it seems like you're not super happy with the obvious choices for travel right now in this card. She's not really happy about these choices, but there's one up here in the tree. I love this version of the Four of Cups from the Llewellyn deck where the cup is up in the tree and she's not noticing it. This is another opportunity again with the, throw out the rule book, Jennifer, because what you should be doing is there there is another opportunity that you're not even seeing that's going to be much more fun. And if you're not happy with the usual ideas, like, well, I like to go on these kinds of trips and I have this place and this place and this, yeah, throw it all out.
yeah. Free form vacation is the word that's coming to mind. Free form. You
And
know, you might
and
go north for a
Free.
while, and then you might go
Okay, that,
south for a while.
and
I
I
like that.
about
I like
died.
that.
And Jennifer, you're on the radio. I don't know if you're on YouTube too. You probably didn't see the card. When she showed that card and it's this big saguaro, and I'm like, well, duh. You got to come visit me in Tucson, but not right now because we have monsoons
I'm
in
sure.
it.
Well, it's also really hot.
And yeah, it's too hot. No, you got to wait till, well, it's like when it's freezing up in Canada, you come down here and visit me in Tucson. That's when you try. Yes.
Right.
So there's
Good
practicality
idea.
here too, right?
Okay.
Well,
Oh, I
thanks
like
for the
that.
call, Jen. I
I like
hope that helped you out.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much. I love it. Bye.
yeah. Go
Bye,
girl.
Jennifer. You go, girl. Oh my God, this was so fun. What a great show, huh?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, the cat just dumped over the same deck of cards.
Oh,
I'm
well,
gonna. She is naughty tonight.
well, we
Oh,
are we are
oh.
it's all the energy. There's too much energy with us with the show and it's feeding back on her. Well, we're just going to get out of here so that you can go and pick up your cards.
Yeah, I've already
Thanks,
picked him up
Charlotte.
one.
Thanks
Love
for
you
a great
guys.
show. Love you guys. Bye, everybody.
Bye bye. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming out of Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Tuesday fun day.
Tuesday fun day.